All right, guys, back with All Ball Talk today with another transport video. Today, Jackson Shelstad, Oregon point guard, shoot first, scoring guard. Before we get in the video, we have a free Discord that it's in the channel bio. We'd love for you to join. Try to build a community there. It's completely free and just covering anything from betting to just anything with normal sports. So yeah, we'd love for you to join. But to get back to it, Jackson Shelstad, Sean, what are your thoughts? Schools, well, we'll get
As
to
you
schools later. But
as
as a
you guys
player,
know, I am an Oregon fan. So okay. I am an Oregon fan. So I was a very big Shelstad fan. He was very good for us in the past couple of years. Really thought the Shelstad Biddle combo this year would work. And they both just got injured, didn't really play much. Shelstad obviously uh got a red shirt, right?
I think he just has an extra year. I thought he was
Oh,
trying to get a red shirt, but no, he's actually just he's gonna be a true senior. But
no, okay. Whatever. I mean, obviously Oregon failed tremendously, but I do think Shelstad is a very good point guard, and he's a point guard that a lot of teams are going to want to have. 15 points or 15.6 and 5 assists. That's what he averaged, I think, on the season when he was playing. And he shot very poorly. So, I mean, probably he's looking at 18, 19 a game if he's shooting at its regular clip. I mean, he's a smart player. He's a pretty solid defender, but I think he's mostly known for his offensive game and how he can elevate people around him too. And I think he's a leading point guard, and he knows how to do that. And I think, we're probably not going to see him go to like, the Dukes or the UNCs or something like that, like the top echelon, because he's not that good. But like I have here, what, Gonzaga, Florida, Zona. I mean, I think those are both locations where he can like lead the team and kind of be like maybe not lead the team in points per game, but like lead them as a point guard and they can have success.
okay, I can't be the only one that when you say those three schools, Jackson Shelstad, if he's your starting point guard, you're not gonna make a run. Like your team is not gonna be that good. And
That's just false.
you think that's false.
100%.
Jackson Shelstad is an inefficient, just scoring guard who's a traffic cone defensively.
Yeah, but he's a fucking good offensive player.
I'm
I
not
mean,
saying you can't be competitive, but I think that when you go to those places, like when
you're
you go
telling
to
me
a
Gonzaga this
Florida
year was
Zona
not a
Gonzaga,
Jackson. You're telling me Gonzaga was not a healthy Jackson Shellstat away from making an Elite Eight run.
well, it's different because you fit him with you put him next to Tyan Grant Foster and Graham Ike. So I
But
guess that's kind
that's
of
what I'm saying.
what he'd be
It's
at the
still
other
got to be a
schools.
good fit. If he's going to Zona, Zaga, Florida, he's gonna have good defensive players around him. It's still got to be a good fit. I mean, you're gonna have to hide him defensively a little bit, I guess. But he's still a scorer and he's a good playmaker and he can lead. He's a veteran guard type of thing.
But the thing is like I just like I think for to win, he's got to be like your third option. But I don't think you can play him as your third option, considering that he doesn't play defense and his game is kind of built on like
Having the
off the
ball in his hands.
dribble, off the dribble jumpers.
I mean, that's true. I mean, I kind of see what you're saying.
I mean, I can kind of see
I
what you're
still
saying
think
too, but because I
I still
mean,
think you can win with him. You got to pair him up with a solid.
I mean, it's a good point. If you put Shelstad next to EK and Tyon Grant Foster and maybe even Brayton Huff, like if Brayton Huff was healthy, like that's a Final Four team.
Exactly. You have to pair him up with a solid big.
But you put him next
It's
to
got to
an
be a solid roster construction.
but you put him next to an All American. Brayton Huff's one of the best big men in the league, and you put him next to a 26-year-old who's played like 6 years of college, who is really good.
Right, but you're talking about, I mean, Braden Huff's still going to be at Zaga next year, right?
Oh, yeah, I think so. Yeah, I believe so. Yeah,
So
he's definitely.
put him with Braden Huff. That's a great combo.
I
That's a team that can get Mark Few if you add the right pieces around that. His national championship,
actually,
possibly.
how many years does Brayton Huff have left? Actually, I mean, how long was he out this year though? I'm trying to think. But okay, so say you put him in Florida, right? And so he's at Florida, and Condon comes back. So then you have him next to Boogie Fland, Alex Condon. Like, is that not? if your three best players are Boogie Flint, Alex Condon.
Okay, yeah. I don't think that type of team. I don't think Boogie Flan and Shelstad would mesh well together. I feel like you need a guy next to Shelstad who can who can shoot a three a little bit better and just like a better overall player than Boogie Flan because we really didn't see a good version of Boogie Flan this year. And then Condon's also like he's not that type of big, you know what I mean?
I just think that he would benefit so much more from going and playing for Darian DeVries.
Where
Just go
at
play for Darren DeVries at Indiana.
in Indiana for
I think
Shelstad.
go get paid your 3.5 your 4 million. Go be an inefficient average 18 for Darren DeVries, be a bubble tournament team, and then that's your career.
I think he could be more than that, though. We've seen him help. I mean, he won a tournament game for Oregon, what, 2 years ago when they made the tournament, and he almost made the Sweet 16. The Arizona team was good, so lost that year, and then almost made the Sweet 16 the year before that when we had Dante and Kuznard. But so he's got
Man, I forgot about Jeremiah Cousinard, but
Kuznard, man. Oh my God, should have won that Creighton game back in the round of 32.
that might
But
be one of the best March Madness games I've ever watched.
yeah, that game was so crazy. That Oregon team that was a bid sealer was such a great
Yeah,
Oregon team.
that's
That was
insane.
crazy. But anyway, so he has pedigree. You know what I mean? He could play in the big games. I mean, what we had with Shelstad and Biddle was good. I think it was working for at least a season, season and a half. But if you can pair him up with a good big, solid defenders around him, it's got to be the right situation. It's got to be a happy couple, right?
It's fair.
But I think he can help a team make a run.
I just feel like with his play style, it's so dependent on being the first option in the lead guard. And I just like great. I mean, Shelstad and Nate Biddle, they were great on probably a 5 to 6 seed Oregon team, fully healthy. And
That's true.
that was with Kwame Evans. But like when you put him onto a team like Gonzaga, or say what he's with Zona next year, and he's playing with Caleb Holt coming in, and say Mo Krivas comes back, maybe even Koa Pete. I think Koa Pete can come back. I give it alone. Like,
But maybe I think he was inefficient. You keep saying he's inefficient. Maybe he's inefficient because he had to be inefficient and he was like in a lesser Oregon team, but you put him on a better team with better players around him and allow him to be more of a playmaker rather than an inefficient three-point shooter. Because like a lot of the inefficient shots you're talking about are just late shot clock, bailout, tough threes, tough mid-ranges, you know what I mean? But he's got a bag. She can shoot when he's open for sure. He can get to the rim. He can kind of score at all three levels, get to the line, you know what I mean? So you put him on a team where there's better players around him than what it was at Oregon. And I
I just
think you
think
could have a solid team.
I just think if I'm in his camp, I'm saying go get paid, go average 20. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, that's true. No, his first goal is gonna be getting paid.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
And
I think there would be
more likely he's gonna go to that Indiana or bubble team where he'll just do what you said.
some programs that would pay a lot for Jackson Shelstad because at the end of the day, he's still a talented offensive player. I just don't think that the programs that he's looking at like should want him really. Like I think that they should be kind of interested, but I don't know. It's we clearly disagree on this, but I'm open to the idea of I do kind of want to see a Jackson Shelstad experiment like at Gonzaga because I wonder how that would look. And also he's a West Coast guy. I think at the end of the day he goes to Gonzaga. I think that's my pick.
I think him and Huff, and you could add some defensive guys around him. I think that's an Elite Eight team. I mean,
I think
obviously you got to put it on paper,
Super E
but
will be back.
right.
I haven't really looked, but yeah. I mean that's all we got, right? So I think we both go Gonzaga.
I think that would be the team. Yeah,
Yeah. All right.
that's the best fit.
Yeah. All right. See you guys in the next video.